I know this channel is about luxury vehicles, but I would like to review the '03 Chevy Cavalier because I think it's a really good starter car for teens that are just starting out driving. Let's talk about some specifications and why this is a good starter car. Now, I don't own this vehicle. Right here, I have Ron. He owns this vehicle. And my first question is, what do you like about this car?
So, obviously this car isn't a new car, let alone a luxurious car, which seems to be your niche. But anyways, this car, I like that it's easy to use, especially if you're going to be talking about a person who is learning how to drive. You're not intimidated by it at all, and it's kind of a little fun here and there. You know, I fixed it up. I changed the timing chain so far, and I've done some other stuff to it. So there's a lot that you can do with it, and it's easy to learn with.
And with a couple dollars, you could throw a sports sticker on the back.
Yeah.
Well, because this car is a 2003, there's obviously some things wrong with it. Can you name a few?
There's rust on the doors, on the cracks. It has the check engine light on all the time, and the cigarette lighter doesn't work. That's the other thing. That's really frustrating because it's right here, and the only other one is down there by his feet. So the issue with that is, of course, if you want to be lazy, like the most of us do, and you want to plug in a USB outlet or a USB thing or anything like that, you have to reach all the way down and do it before you start driving, so you can't tinker with it. The AC or the heat, it does okay. The heat does fine. It just takes a little longer than you might want it to, but it does have the normal creature comforts that you can find in other cars too.
How much did you get this car for?
So when it was new, which was about 14 to 17 years ago, I couldn't honestly tell you. This car cost about the same as what a new Cruze would cost today, and that would be around 13,000. Highest is 15,000 if you buy the, you know, additions or whatever. Today though, you can buy one of these for about, you know, 2,000, maybe 3,000 if it's in good condition.
Depending on the miles, right?
Yeah, that too.
This one's got 135,000 miles, so I'd say probably ranging, if you were to sell this, maybe $1,500 to $2,000.
Yeah, probably around there. It's in good condition for like a older car too. The good thing about having a car that is this cheap, if you're gonna buy it at least, is that when you get a car like this for that low of a price, if something breaks, you're not worried about paying more and more and more. At least, you know, if you're a parent, because a normal car, you buy it for 20,000, 15,000 if you, I mean 20,000 if you want a nice car. You buy it for that price, and then you have to worry about everything breaking down once you've already bought it and all that, and the things that you have to pay for it. But the car that's this cheap, really, it's you buy a $200 kit to fix that on up, and you do it yourself for a couple months, and you're back on the road.
All right, first impressions from a passenger's point of view is the seats are actually pretty comfortable. That's a plus. Something bad is there's not a whole lot of room in the front. I mean, I'm sure you can adjust it. Can you adjust it on the bottom?
Yeah, there's a little lever.
So I'm sure you can definitely adjust it. $2,000, you get what you get. Back at the time, this was, you know, of course they built this off production. So buying this at the time was a good car. But now, since there's newer ones out, they don't even make the Cavalier anymore. I would assume the replacement.
It was discontinued in 05.
Yeah. The replacement for this car is probably the brand new Cruze.
Yeah.
Or the Malibu.
It went from the Cavalier to the Cobalt to the Cruze, and then, you know, with the Malibu and all that, they just kind of melted into one thing. So, I mean, really, you pick your poison. The Cobalt is closer to the Cruze than this is, but at the same time, the Cobalt and this were considered, you know, more sporty than the Cruze. The Cruze is more of a hatchback commuter's car now, but it's the Chevy line of where this thing came from. The gas mileage, as far as I know, is fine, but the fuel dial, something's going on with it in the gas tank, and I think it might be loose or something, because if I stop, and it doesn't matter what speed you're going, but if I stop, the little dial will go like this, which isn't good. because, you know,
It tilts?
Yeah, it moves sometimes.
Oh.
And, you know, especially when you're on the low, you really don't know if you have, you know, enough to get home, if you only have enough to go a couple feet. So if you're gonna buy a car like this, fill it up all the way and only put gas in it when you get to the half full mark, because then you know no matter what, there's at least enough gas to get you home and all this. And my car's not that bad, but if you do have a bad car, then that's what you can do, you know, because there's no way to fix it. I mean, there is, well, I stand mistaken, there is a way to fix it, but it's not cheap, and if you're a high school or student dude person, you shouldn't care or want to do that kind of work anyways. So
Alright, let's test this out. That's not bad, definitely not bad. It throws you around a little bit though.
And that wheel spin is not good, but
a little wheel spin, yeah, too, actually.
the wheel spin doesn't, of course, help. It's fun if you have good tires. If you don't, you're gonna do an accidental burnout and you look like an idiot.
My name's Andrew Potter. I had a fun time reviewing this vehicle, even though it's not the best. All right, thanks to Ron for letting me borrow his vehicle today. I'll put his channel in the description. You can go ahead and check it out. He's posted a bunch of artistic videos. You'll see a funny clip of this specific vehicle later on too, if you go ahead and check that out. Subscribe to my channel if you're new, and I'll see you next video.